welcome back to the Autry Benton Show. Downtown Conway, there's a lot happening. And Conway's success is due to a lot of things, but majorly because of good business owners like we got today. Sean Kobos, thank you for joining me, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Good to see you.
Man, this is an honor. Tell all our friends what restaurants. You got multiple establishments downtown.
Yeah, so downtown Conway, our first restaurant we opened was the Crafty Rooster right on 3rd Avenue. And if you can believe it, it'll be 17 years this fall.
17 years, man, congratulations.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't even feel like 17 years.
Yeah.
But I bet you the first 5 were really rough, and now it's like I got such a good staff, such a great crew there that it's really just a fun place to be.
Yeah.
Our second restaurant that we opened, which will be 6 years this fall, is Chanti's Pizza. Mm-hmm. And that's on Laurel Street down towards the river, towards the marina there. And another great little place, good little hangout. Really love my staff there. They're doing such a great job. And then we're opening up a third restaurant called Hearsay. Hopefully be open by the end of the summer.
Yeah.
Well, not hopefully. It will be open by the end of the summer.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a private dining club.
Wow.
So membership only. You can apply for a membership. We're taking very limited memberships and just kind of like give it a different feel for downtown Conway.
Yeah, we're going to dig into that a little deeper, whatever. And you got a great venue spot too.
Yeah, so
104 Laurel.
So right next to Chanti's Pizza, there is a venue that holds up to 200 people. Really, we do a lot of weddings there, a lot of birthday parties, bridal showers, baby showers, pretty much anything you do, business meetings. But we took that over just about 2 years ago when we bought the building that Chanti's was in.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed that, doing that?
You know what? So it's been just such a learning curve.
Yeah.
We've run in the business, the restaurants and everything. Sometimes we do parties and whatnot. But yeah, there's a different element to it that took a while to learn. Actually, we're still learning. I mean, we're only 2 years in. I can't say we're proficient in it yet. But I got the girl Nikki that runs it down there. She does a fantastic job. But every once in a while, we had to brainstorming yesterday. Like, what can we do better, and what do we need to do to take this up a notch? So.
Yeah. Well, and I just want to brag on it. That is the most cool venue spot. I mean, one of the coolest ones down there. It's awesome. And I tell people to don't go past it. If you got an event, birthday party, political event, anything you want, 104 Laurel is your place.
It is such a beautiful building.
It is.
The building, so it's just about 100 years old. It used to be a tobacco warehouse, if I'm correct. That whole building was, and they split it in half, and we have Chanti's Pizza on one side, and we rented there for a while, and then we liked the building so much we decided to, when it came up for sale, we decided to purchase it. But the venue, gosh, you can go in there, these awesome wood floors, this brick.
Exposed brick.
Yeah, and some people, when they decorate for the weddings, they go all out, and there's tons of decorations in there. And some are not, like, say, minimalist, but they're very simple. And some of those just stand out.
Yeah.
It's not hard to decorate for. I just like seeing what direction people go. And the last one we had, it was very minimalist, but it was sophisticated in an old space. It was great.
It's great. And two, what I love about the venue space is you can get a lot of people in there, but the way it's configured, it's an intimate space or whatever. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So it's a great space. Well, I want to go way back, learn some more. Where'd you grow up, buddy?
So I was born in Utica, New York. I grew up in the suburb right outside called New Hartford, New York, which is a small little town, probably half the size of Conway right now.
Is it near the city?
No, so we're upstate.
Upstate New York, okay.
Between Syracuse and Albany on the Highway 90. Right before, we're kind of in that split between the Catskill Mountains and the Adirondack Mountains.
Okay.
And we're kind of in that little valley. It's called the Mohawk Valley. And we're 250 years with our history right now. And you talk about history in South Carolina, that Mohawk Valley had tremendous history for the Revolution as well. A couple cool battles, Battle of Herkimer, Fort Stanwix, all this cool stuff up there.
I'm about to go look it up now, buddy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful country. A lot of people think of New York City and they think concrete jungle. But it is country up there. I mean, if you don't live in the city, which is down in the valley, I mean, it's all just farmland and
you just said it, but most people in the South have that. They just think New York City. That's my first question. But I mean, it's rural country in New York State, right?
Oh yeah, very. I mean, to go from New York City to Buffalo, think it's like 7, maybe 8 hours driving.
Yep.
And people don't realize how big the state is. I mean, it's a big state.
Beautiful state too. Isn't it?
Yeah, upstate's just great. I mean, the city's a great place to go visit. There's so much history there. There's so much cool stuff to do. I would never want to live there, but it's, you know, a couple days at a time, I can take it. But I could go, you know, go camping up in the mountains, or, you know, rent a cabin up there. You could stay there for weeks and just enjoy it. It's just so beautiful up there.
Got some cool winters though, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You ever seen snow?
Yeah. So I told people, ask me all the time, it's like, how are the winters up there? I was like, well, growing up as a kid, this is what typical would be. Like, the snow's coming in,
right? And
you're hoping for a snow day the next day.
Yeah.
So you get woken up by your parents, or my mom she used to wake me up, and she'd be like, "Hey, honey," and she'd wake me up, be all nice and everything. She's like, "You don't have school today." And I was like, "Oh, great, Mom." She's like, "But I still have to go to work, so you gotta go shovel the driveway."
Oh, wow.
So you're getting up at 6 a.m. anyway to shovel the driveway, but at least you got to go back to bed.
Was it covered in snow most of the time? Or?
No. So snow's probably, past couple of years they've been getting pretty bad, but I haven't been up there.
Right.
When I was a kid, the way the seasons went, sometimes you would have it from, you know, November all the way till late March, sometimes early April.
Yeah.
But it just depends. But you could also have March, it could be like 50 degrees out and all the snow melted, but it comes back. But we're right in that little band where you could get, we're in that snow belt, so we get all that lake effect snow off of the Great Lakes. And sometimes it doesn't feel like there's even clouds up there and it's snowing.
Yeah. Was it a good place to grow up? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah,
Did you really?
It was great.
You got a lot of family still there?
Pretty much my whole family. Well, my whole immediate family, yeah, they all still live up there. My sister, niece and nephew, my 2 brothers, my parents. None of them got my brother lived down here briefly for a little bit, but he moved back up.
Do you visit often?
I try to get up there a couple times a year.
Okay.
Yeah, it can get tough, you know, just to run a restaurant. During the holidays, you want to be around because restaurants are really busy.
Yeah.
But like during the summertime, I like going up there. My mom's birthday's in July, so I try to make it up for that.
Yeah. What were you into as a kid?
Soccer. I loved it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I played soccer and all through, you know, all school grades. And then my first college, I went to Coastal Carolina. My first college, though, was Mohawk Valley Community College, and I played soccer there.
Oh, wow, man.
Yeah,
so you're good.
Well, I used to be.
Yeah. Wow.
I used to be okay.
Yeah. Well, how did you get to Coastal, man? Because that's what brought you here?
Yeah, it was just a funny story. I had a couple scholarship offers from some schools up in the Northeast to go play. And even with the scholarships, though, I mean, it's so expensive. The school was up there. Even state schools were like, at the time, and this is almost 20 years ago, I'm getting old.
No, man,
they were like $30,000, $35,000.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to go to this one school called Oswego, and then my sister decided she wanted to go there, and I was like, all right, well, I'm going to find another school to go to, even though that school had 40,000 kids, right?
Yeah. You weren't going to go to school with your sister, right?
Well, we did for in high school, yeah. But I had a car. She didn't have a car, so I figured she'd be wanting to borrow it all the time or something. Yeah. So. But talk about cold. That's a cold school. They have underground tunnels during the wintertime.
Really?
Yeah. So,
where was this at again?
Oswego. It's right on the lake. It's on Lake Ontario.
Okay.
But to get down here, 2 of my fellow players that I played soccer with at NBCC were stayed out studs, just absolutely awesome. And Coastal at the time was ranked number 5 in the country for Division I.
Okay, what year are we in? Remind me.
This is 2002.
2002, okay.
Yeah, so, or 2002. So they're ranked really high. I mean, we had Joseph DeGuenia playing then, Mamba, a whole bunch of, that was probably our best team we've ever had. And they were coming down and they could make the team.
Yeah.
I could probably make the team and like play on the practice squad and never play. But I was like, they're 2 of my best friends. They're like, yeah, we're going to this school called Coastal Carolina. Myrtle Beach, never been here before. And I was like, oh, that sounds good. I'll tag along.
So you knew nothing about it?
My first time on campus was for orientation. I just showed up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what did your family think when you were telling them what you were doing?
I've also been pretty independent and like traveled a lot, not with the family, by myself, going to camps, doing whatever. And always been kind of like, I always worked throughout everything, so I don't think they thought too much about it. They're like, oh, go have fun, you know?
Wow.
So they didn't really...
But you were committed. You knew you were coming.
Yeah, I came down. I remember back then I had a Mitsubishi Eclipse, a small little car, you know what those are, and everything I owned I could fit in that thing.
Wow.
Couldn't do that anymore, but yeah, it was pretty cool. So.
Did you know anything about Conway or Myrtle Beach at all?
No, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You just going with your buddies.
So Myrtle Beach is a big vacation spot up at that, that area, but my parents had, there's 4 of us. We didn't really go on vacations, money-wise. It's not, we never wanted for anything, but we didn't take extra liberties and stuff. And I also worked up there. I worked at an indoor soccer center, and I was one of their managers. Started at 16 all the way through college.
So work's always been a part of your life.
Yeah, well, you call it work, or if you enjoy what you do, it's not really work.
Well said.
Like even today now, like I might go into the restaurants every single day, 7 days in a row for weeks on end. But like last year when Coastal went to the College World Series, I took 2 weeks off and stayed in Omaha the whole time. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you come with your buddies, get your first day orientation on campus.
So they actually dropped out 2 weeks before coming down.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my one friend, his dad got inoperable brain cancer right before he was coming down.
So sorry, man.
Yeah, it's horrible, and so he wasn't coming anymore. And the other, my other buddy was his cousin, so he decided not to come. But I was still, I got to do something.
So you were signed up to go to school.
So I came down. Yeah, I came down, went to school
by yourself.
By myself. Yeah.
Didn't know nobody.
I didn't know a single person. Yeah.
Dude, that's
not a single person. And so I get down there and came to Coastal, had a great time. The first person I actually met in class, no joke, is from the same area I'm from.
Really?
We live on the same road, just in different towns.
Are you serious?
So I'm like 500 yards from the edge of that town. So he went to a different school, and he lived like 2 or 3 miles down the road. And
that's the first person you met?
First person. We're sitting next to each other, and you do the whole, hey, where are you from? And I'm like, we kind of look at each other like, where'd you live? And I said the road, and he's like, I said, I'm Grafenberg Road. And he's like, I'm on Pleasant Street. So it switches names, but it's the same road.
Yeah.
I was like, no way.
Small world.
So small.
Wow, did y'all become good friends?
Yeah, it's a great guy. He's up in D.C. now running he's so much smarter than me, running like an equity company or private equity thing.
I don't know about that. You're pretty smart.
He's doing great, yeah.
So how about your roommate? How did you pick your roommate, and how did you find your life at Coastal?
No, they just assigned me someone. I just showed up.
Was it a good roommate?
Honestly, I don't even remember their names. I only stayed the first semester with those guys. They were all football players.
Yeah.
So they're all kind of in their own different world. And then I met some other friends, and they're like, hey, we got a room up in our dorm. You want to switch dorms? And you just fill out a form, and we switched over. So
did you start pursuing soccer too, or did you go to just went the school route?
No, I stopped. I worked in Coastal Productions, which was the programming board. So we put on like the comedians, the movies, that kind of stuff. And I worked my way up and be in charge of that, which was awesome because it paid my tuition.
Wow.
So I was very blessed not to have too many student loans when I came out of college.
Yeah. So, like, did you, from the first day, did it feel like home? Did you enjoy it, or like, this is pretty cool, or are you just trying to figure it out, man?
I told my mom, I don't know if she'll remember this, but I told her, I was like, I'm going to be here a semester, I'm coming back home, and I'm going to go to another school.
Yeah.
Because like at the beginning, I was just like, because when my whole life is like you show up to school and like you have 22 best friends because you're on the soccer team with them. And when I went to first college, I knew a couple of the guys that were playing soccer because just I played against them, and we probably didn't get along back then, but when we became teammates, we're instantly great friends. So I got here, and I mean, the first couple of months it was rough, but after a while, I just started meeting some people, and the mom was like, "You still coming home?" I was like, "No, I'm going to stay."
Wow.
And so at the end of the second semester, I was going to go back to New York for the summer, and I had my car packed, completely just ready to go. And one of my buddies saw me in the parking lot. He's like, "Hey, what you doing?" I was like, "I'm going back to New York." I was in a fraternity then. That's one of my fraternity brothers. And I said, "Yeah, I'm going back to New York for the summer. I'll see you in the fall."
Yeah.
He's like, "I got an extra room at my house. Like, you want to just stay here and get a job?"
Yeah.
And I was like, no way my mom's going to want me to do that. She's going to miss me. She doesn't want me to do that. So I remember making this phone call on a payphone back then. And I was like, "Hey, Mom." I was like, so I explained the whole thing. I was like, "I think I could stay here this summer and work, and my buddy." And she's like, "Okay, honey, whatever you want to do, but I'm really busy. I'll talk to you later." Click.
You probably just sat there for a minute.
I'm like, well, that was easy.
Yeah. Where'd you get a job at?
I worked for Hager Clothing.
Okay.
Yeah, over at the outlets.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good.
and then when they opened up the Tanger one on the north, and I was part of that opening crew for that summer. It was pretty cool. I got to meet like the president of the company. He came in. The president of Hager Clothing, which is this huge company, came in to help stock the store.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I was pretty impressed. I was like, wow, this guy gets it, you know?
Yeah. So what were you studying? What was your major?
So I graduated with a business management degree.
Okay.
And I guess I kind of use that now.
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
And you said you were in productions the whole time there.
So Coastal Productions is like it's a student board, so it's a paid position. Well, it's a stipend position at Coastal, and we would go through and just entertainment stuff for the students to do. I'm sure they take it to a whole new level, like everything has in college.
Yeah.
But back then we did like bingo nights, and they were awesome. We did. We come up with events like, Valentine's Day, kids couldn't really afford a lot back then. Probably still not now, but we do like in the wall boardroom. We got it so that we could do a private dinner in there, and it was served by like waiters and waitresses.
Oh, wow.
And you got to go watch a movie. We gave them flowers, and they got to go eat. I mean, it was like stuff like that. Just cool little programming things.
You enjoyed it there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. So graduating, what was your plans, man?
So while I was still in college, I was selling real estate. I got my real estate license.
Wow, man, you were blossoming.
Yeah, I always loved real estate. I think when I was like 14 or 15, I remember reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I was like, I want to be in business now,
Yeah.
So I started reading.
Knew you wanted to get into
I started reading everything I could. Back then, I remember I used to be a soccer referee, and I'd fly back and forth to Florida quite a bit because that's where the big tournaments were.
Yeah.
And they'd pay for you to go down there. It was such a great experience. And I remember having to fly through Pittsburgh all the time, and I'd stop at that one bookstore every single time and buy a new book because I would have it done by the end of the trip.
That's great.
So it's
What's one of the best books you ever read?
Think and Grow Rich.
That's great. That's a good one. Napoleon.
Even if you only get just a little bit of it, it's a great book to think about. The E-Myth is one of my favorite ones.
You have to text me these, man. I don't have to read that.
Yeah, the E-Myth. So it's just about building systems in your business and making your life. And every single time I reread that one constantly, all the time. And in fact, I have one of my friends, her brother just graduated, and he's got this little window washing business, and I sent it over to him. I was like, man, you got to read these books. You got to keep on learning. I know you graduated and you started your own business, but now your education really starts.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
that's awesome. Cool. So selling real estate. So did you actually sell some real estate in college?
Yeah, I got my license on my 21st birthday.
Yeah.
And I sold my first property on my 21st birthday.
Man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I just walked into the office and someone's like, I don't want to deal with this client. They seem like they're too needy. I sat down there and I was like, all right, I didn't tell her I'd never done this before, but I sat there and I listened to her for like an hour and a half, tell me everything she wanted in the condo. She's already went through 2 real estate agents, wrote it all down, and then I went and searched for things. I said, I found these 3 properties that I really want to show you. I showed her the first property and she bought it. She's like, I've already been in this complex. I was like, well, we're already here. Let's just go take a look. She walks in. She's like, why didn't they just show me this one before? I would have bought this one. I was like, so you just listen to people and see what they really want. And don't try and force what you think on them.
But Sean, don't you think that's the key to business, though? Is just,
absolutely.
The personal side. Most people just want to be heard, right?
Yeah, just want to be heard. Customer has a complaint. Usually you can resolve it just by listening to them and talking to them.
Yeah. So selling real estate, graduated. Did you know you wanted to stay here?
No, I was open to leaving. But then after about 2 years, I got hooked in with a couple of partners, and we started flipping some houses and condos and whatnot.
So you did stay here immediately after college?
Yeah, immediately. Yeah. So actually, when I was still in college, I was still in college and I started flipping condos.
Okay.
And we bought a 24-unit apartment complex and turned it into condos and sold them. And
pretty big deal, man.
Yeah, for me that was like just amazing. And then I was like, we're buying like $3.5 million properties, and like 22, 23-year-old kid, and you're just like deer in headlights. You're like, how is this possible? This is just amazing. And these guys weren't much older than me at the time, maybe 10, 15 years. And I'm like, wow, they just because they worked, and they came to me, they're like, well, when we were your age, we had someone like us, doing this with them. So they're, it's like, it's one of our ways to get back, but make us some money.
Yeah. Did you tell your mom the success you're having? Was she excited for you?
So yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
my parents also have been, really supportive.
Yeah, that's great.
Sometimes they don't really understand what I do.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Yeah, that's great. Well, how did you get the idea for Crafty?
So we own the building right on the corner there. It used to be this little bar and like Meat and Three called Wayne's.
Wayne's, yeah.
And Wayne wanted to retire, and so we bought the building from him, and then we started renovations. I got some old photos of it, but it's just amazing what we could do. It was really a blighted building. Not that he didn't do a good job running his business. It was old, just needed updating on side. So we took out all the facades, redid everything, and then the crash of 2008, 2009 hit us.
That was rough, man.
And I'm holding all this real estate, and you got to figure out a way to pay for it. And so I had a couple friends that also wanted to start a restaurant, and we got together and put it together. I put together the money for the restaurant to get it all built and everything, and they were supposed to run it and whatnot. So, and then after a while, they gradually left the business, and I'm here running it. But I never thought I'd love the restaurant business, but I really do love doing what we do.
Yeah. So Crafty Rooster came to be because you're in real estate, owned the building. Rough times hit, so you had to make something happen.
Yeah.
So you opened a restaurant.
Yep.
17 years later.
Yeah, 17 years later.
Man, I think that's just a mindset that even out of bad, good can come, right?
Yeah, and persistence. Too. So like the first, I don't think we made a profit at Crafty until like 7 years in. I mean, we made enough to pay like a little salary and everything, but not real profit.
Yeah.
It took a while, and it really took the town changing, and slowly it would.
Downtown started to grow. Yeah.
So when we opened up, I remember I just thought about this a couple weeks ago on a Sunday. I was downtown Sunday, and you could see people walking around, just enjoying themselves. There's a lot going on, different restaurants and whatnot. But I remember coming down on a Sunday, and you might go 20, 30 minutes without seeing a single car on 3rd Avenue.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
There's no one came down.
Yeah.
So it's completely, like, not even, complete 180, basically.
Yeah.
What's happening downtown.
How about the idea for Crafty, though? The name, the food you wanted, was that your idea? Did you kind of know what you wanted?
So the Crafty Rooster, actually, not everyone that started the restaurant, but we had a group in college. We had like an entrepreneurship class where we'd come up with a business plan.
Yeah.
We came up with a business plan called the Crafty Rooster.
Wow. So
the Crafty Rooster is a play on the Chanticleer.
Yep.
So Chanti the Chanticleer is a Crafty Rooster.
Yeah.
That's why we call it Crafty Rooster. And Chanti's is not because of Sean.
Yeah.
It's because of Chanticleers.
Yeah. But did you know what kind of food you wanted, the way it looked?
Originally I wanted a pizza place for the first one.
Okay.
I was like, being from New York, that's all you want. It's pizza, pizza. And then we decided, and we kind of changed around and played with different options. I think we played with menu ideas and business plans and everything for about a year before we even started construction. Things change. You got to think about what you want to do, but it just became a good fit. Burgers.
It's a great
burgers
menu.
And wings and some sandwiches and some good apps.
Yeah, it's a really good place for sure.
Yeah.
So, were you still dabbling in real estate too while doing that?
Well, no, just like personal stuff. Like when we bought the building for Chanti's, we knew that we were going to have to do some improvements.
So focus went to restaurant.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Focus on the restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't have any intention of ever really selling real estate again, but I like investing in it.
Yeah.
We bought a building in Marion.
Okay.
That we want to put a Crafty Rooster in probably next year is our goal.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah. So we bought a building out there, and we've actually owned the building for probably about 3 years now.
Okay.
But we had this other project, Hearsay, that we wanted to get done first. And then there's a couple other things we want to do. We want to put a deck on Chanti's, so have some more outside seating, and then after that we'll move on to the Marion.
And you kind of spoke about it a little bit, but your third idea, tell us about it what you can. It's still unfailing.
Well, so Hearsay, what we're doing right now is we're in construction. It's moving forward, and
Slowly but moving, right?
Yeah, slowly moving. Like I say, you got to keep the contractors working.
If you're watching contractors work.
Yeah, if you're watching, you should be at work. So it's going to be a private members club.
Yeah.
Kind of similar concept to, say, a country club.
I got you.
So you're going to have a membership fee. You can come in, then there'll be a monthly spend to come in. But what we were finding was there's a lot of people moving into the area, which is, in my opinion, a good thing. I know we're always worried about infrastructure, which is going to hopefully come, but usually that comes second afterwards. But there's a lot of people in town, and a lot of the people that for those first 10 years that supported us at like Crafty or even at Chanti's, they don't come out as much anymore, and it's because they're like, it's just you can never get a seat at the bar. You can it's tough to get in there sometimes, and we don't know anyone. So we're like, if we made a place that is membership based, then when you go in there, you're going to know pretty much.
You got a seat.
After a while, you're going to know. You got a seat, and you're going to know people, and that's what they kind of want, that connection, like a little more intimate connection that we had when we were a smaller town, and just about 10 years ago. But now that we have a lot of people moving into town, it's just a different vibe. I mean, necessarily, it's not bad. It's just different. Yeah,
it's growing.
Yeah.
If someone's interested in that or whatever, is there a website, or you just not?
Yeah, so they can go to conwayhearsay.com.
Okay.
And then go out and fill out the membership interest.
Okay.
And then we're going through that. We haven't really. This is actually probably the first time I've said, hey, go out and fill that out in a public setting. It's probably just been all private, talking to people, and we've already got probably 160 people interested.
That's great.
And so we're going to sell around 300 members. We're not really sure. It's going to be a slow progression. We're going to get to that around that membership, and as long as we can provide the level of service, and we want to have excellence there. So the food, service, drinks, whatever.
So we're out of time, but what would you tell somebody out there? What's your best business advice that you would give somebody as a business owner?
So Calvin Coolidge has a quote out there. Basically, it says, some of the smartest people in the world are still sitting on the couch, and some of the people that maybe are not as smart become really, really successful. And I'm paraphrasing here, because they're persistent and they put in the effort. I see a lot of businesses that I think are just phenomenal ideas. I've seen it over and over, and they quit too early.
Quit too early.
They just quit too early. If they're just persistent and they just work through it, I think they'd be very successful. But you have to have a mindset that when you're doing a business that you're not going to be instantly successful. I mean, some businesses are, but most aren't. And you just be persistent and put the time in there. And another one is just get a mentor. Even in the restaurant business, I had plenty of people help me out. And still to this day, if I have a question, I don't know the answer. I know a dozen restaurant owners that I can call up, and they do the same thing. They might call me up because I might have dealt with that problem. And I think if they've been in business for long enough, they're not in competition with you. Like we're all in it together. We want the industry to do well,
especially downtown, because when all the restaurants are doing good, Conway does good. You right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's great. Well, man, we're quickly out of time, but thank you for all that you've done for Conway, and thank you for having a great business. Thank you for being my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. Friends, check out the great restaurants downtown: Crafty, Rooster, Chanti's, and Hearsay. But friends, thanks for joining us today. Make sure that you support local businesses. It's the backbone of America. Join us next time.